Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how Crypto.com can improve in 2023 and beyond. If you've been following Crypto.com lately, then you can see that things have been pretty slow. Nothing is really happening. Well, first let's talk about the good news. It does look like the worst of the worst is over. So, Bitcoin has rebounded nicely from the late teens, and while I'm no fortune teller, it does look like Crypto.com has survived the FUD run of 2022 that killed a lot of exchanges and crypto projects. Let's talk about what has still been going really well with Crypto.com. They remain one of the last few regulated exchanges in the US through their app, with still the most coin availability compared to their competitors like Coinbase and Binance.us. A lot of exchanges are leaving the US altogether due to regulations. One example is Bittrex, which will be halting US operations on April 30th. Bittrex was once one of the oldest exchanges out there, and believe it or not, at one point, they were once the US leader with almost 21% of the market share. A short 5 years later, their volumes account for less than 1% of the market, and they're going out. The exchange space just moves so fast. So, how can Crypto.com continue the momentum in 2023 and beyond? Let's talk about some of the things that Crypto.com should do. Alright, number one, improve the Crypto.com debit card reward program. Let's start off with the card reward program. And the truth is that Crypto.com debit cards are no longer a massive draw compared to traditional fiat products, especially at the entry level. You see, at one point, the rewards from the Crypto.com debit cards were so juicy that they simply beat out similar fiat products like the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card with 2% cash back. But right now, it's hard to say that existing Crypto.com debit cards are a draw, especially versus traditional credit card products at the entry level. The Midnight Blue card essentially has no benefits and essentially is an on-ramp card to crypto. The Ruby Red card with a 1% crypto cashback and the Jade Green card with a 2% CRO cashback are okay, but both products are capped at $25 and $50 monthly reimbursement. And the Spotify and Netflix reimbursements have both been nerfed to 6 months for these entry-level cards. Now, a lot of people go into Crypto.com for the Crypto.com debit cards in the first place. So I think this has to be the number one improvement to get things back on track. The program doesn't need to be the exact same as before, but in its existing state, it just doesn't generate the same level of excitement amongst users that it once did. Understandably, we are going through a recession, but the Crypto.com debit card were their number one differentiating factor versus its competitors. They were and still are just so much further ahead than all their other competitors in getting a physical card out to their existing customers that I really think that they need to capitalize on this strategic advantage. That's why, in my opinion, I don't think the master plan is for Crypto.com to stop improving the rewards on their Crypto.com debit cards. While some people can argue that the card is a lost leader, you have to also think about how credit card companies spend so much money on marketing their cards and building incentives to attract users. And every time someone uses the Crypto.com debit card, the company benefits as part of a merchant transaction fee, even though it's just a small part of the revenue. But on top of that, the Crypto.com debit card is also what attracts people to your ecosystem. And that's when you make a lot of money off the exchange buy and sell fees. So in my eyes, it just makes total sense for Crypto.com to go all in on their debit card program, even if it's a little bit of a lost leader. You see, before Celsius and Voyager Digital went down, their top priority was getting their debit card and credit card offerings out. Now their top priority is to get out of bankruptcy. Now, Crypto.com is still the number one leader when it comes to issuing crypto debit cards, and they've done a great job in getting their name out with marketing, including advertising at the Super Bowl, World Cup, UFC, and having strategic partnerships with many other companies like Time Magazine, having their name on PSG uniforms, purchasing the naming rights to the Lakers Arena, etc., etc. But with the company approaching 100 million users, I think it just makes more sense to focus more on organic growth, referrals from existing users. How awesome would it be if Crypto.com spent more of their marketing dollars on things that makes the Crypto.com debit card absolutely amazing? You could think about things like HBO Max, Paramount, Hulu, DoorDash memberships. There are just so many ways that Crypto.com can continue to generate hype around this card. And although I really don't believe the current nerf version of the cards is the final product, I for one feel that we have enough partnerships. It's time to really start focusing on building back a world-class Crypto.com debit card program. Who's with me on this? So let's go Crypto.com. Once again, I really don't believe the current nerf version of the cards is the final product, because I truly believe that Crypto.com debit card program will continue to be a top priority for the company. Alright, number two, actual use cases for CRO. One thing that I love about CRO is the beautiful tokenomics. It's not an inflationary token. It has cap supply at 30 billion. It's a fair and equitable crypto that anyone can earn simply by transacting on their Crypto.com debit card or staking with their Crypto.com debit card. However, use cases for CRO and Cronos has been limited, as we haven't really seen any AAA project built on Cronos, nor has there really been any hype around Cronos for the most part. BNB chain still has tons of development, primarily due to its first mover advantage and being one of the first chains with the cheapest fees compared to Ethereum back in the day. And blockchains like Matic have companies like Starbucks building loyalty programs on them, like with Odyssey. Cronos has, well, some DeFi protocols. There really isn't any project that I'm super excited about right now on the Cronos ecosystem. However, in the next half of the year, I really will be diving a lot deeper into the Cronos ecosystem. Hey, this makes me want to go and build my own blockchain project on Cronos. Hey, wait a second, maybe I should go do that. You see, the success of CRO and Cronos is very much tied to the success of Crypto.com right now. And although the US exchange is not yet available, for other jurisdictions, think about the fact that if you simply hold on to more and more CRO, you get cheaper and cheaper trading fees. This is going to be amazing. Just know this, that if more and more institutions utilize the Crypto.com exchange and crypto trading continues to grow in popularity, there will definitely be more and more CRO adoption. So let's definitely hope for that and continue to move the Cronos ecosystem forward. There is also currently a proposal to burn the amount of CRO reward emissions to reduce inflation that I encourage all Cronos holders to take a look at, as there is a vote coming up soon. The proposal would help redefine the token economics of CRO. Please note that this burn is different than the 70 billion burn that Cronos did a while ago. So please do some research on this. I will make a future video on this. My personal thoughts are that I would never want a delegator or validator to feel that they're forced to burn CRO that they would earn as a reward, and for them just to move on to another change. Everyone has their own opinion, but like I said, I'll make a future video on the tokenomics of CRO. Number 3, it takes too long to get a Crypto.com private package. If you're an Icy White card holder like myself and you received your Crypto.com private package, then you know the frustration of waiting for your Crypto.com private package. By the time I got my first Crypto.com private package, it took me 10 months. In that time, me and my wife got pregnant and had a baby. So my baby came faster than the Crypto.com private package. There have been reports that some people have been waiting 14 months and 15 months to get their Crypto.com private package, and I think that is just way too long. It really just kills the excitement. I actually thought that around the 5-month mark that my Crypto.com private package got lost, so I requested another one, and it did come. The original one and the replacement. So they do come, they just take a super long time. But this shipping speed for your most loyal tier members is really going to kill things and momentum. So I really think that this is something that they should improve on and can improve on. And finally, number 4, let's improve the loyalty amongst the Icy White and Obsidian tiers. And here's why. At one point, the Icy White and Obsidian tiers were really aspirational cards, that if you started off with like a Ruby Red or Jade Green card, you were constantly aspiring to get to the next level. That's what made the program so fun, because as the CRO price continued to go up, you had the opportunity to get a higher and higher tier card. It's sort of like at casinos where you kind of keep wanting to move up the tier so you can get like free things like buffets and things like that. But at some point, once the crypto earn rates and the card benefits started getting cut, each card level simply became less and less aspirational. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a massive benefit from going from the Jade Green card to the Icy White card, but as an Icy White card holder right now, I definitely don't see the value of getting the Obsidian Black card. Now you could argue that you would be going from a 3% CRO cashback to a 5% CRO cashback, and that would essentially be it. But given that the Icy White originally once had a 5% CRO cashback, it just makes it a little bit less appealing. A $400,000 CRO lockup card needs to be aspirational. Like in the past, at least with the Obsidian Black card, you had like a $2 million limit with crypto earn, and when the crypto earn rates were really good, you could just think about people that wanted to get the Obsidian Black card and basically get their 14% interest on USDC. This was like 2 years ago, and just chill on a beach in Thailand. But now the Obsidian Black card, it just seems like you're paying a lot for not that much benefits. So that's why I really feel that if they focus much more on these higher tier cards, make these cards more and more aspirational, then more and more people are going to want to accumulate CRO. They're going to want to upgrade and continue to build up customer loyalty. But let's talk about why I'm still super patient with Crypto.com. Now, ultimately it comes down to your belief in visions, and anyone can be wrong, including me. But ultimately, when I study the most successful tech companies out there today, like Apple, Facebook, Google, they all have similar attributes: a global focus and a simple to use product that integrates into your everyday life. Crypto in general is just so early that I feel like we're not close to realizing the ultimate vision of crypto. It's like saying Apple in 1985 with its first MacBook computer has achieved its vision, or Amazon in 2002 has achieved its vision that Apple creates MacBooks, or Amazon is an online bookstore. Then you miss out totally on what happens 20 years later. You see, Crypto.com is only 6 years old. I do feel ultimately Crypto.com, if it succeeds in its vision, it's not just gonna be an exchange with Crypto.com debit cards and everyone waiting for the price of CRO to go up, but it will be an entire ecosystem play. You see, Crypto.com wants to build the largest crypto ecosystem. Imagine like the Apple App Store, but instead of transacting in dollars, you transact in CRO and developers are rewarded in CRO. Or an instant messaging app where you can send and receive money easily to anyone globally but settled in CRO. Something like WeChat, but worldwide. But you also have much lower transaction fees than things like PayPal or Payoneer, so everyone can use it. So you have this going for it and much, much more. You see, Crypto.com may not necessarily try to compete with other crypto projects, but actually complement them. They're all about interoperability being built on the Cosmos SDK, because the ultimate user may not necessarily care about whether they are transacting on Ethereum network or Cronos network or Solana network. They just want the product to work. And Crypto.com is already well on its way with over 80 million users. I definitely believe that they will hit their goal of 100 million users by the end of 2023, which is what they always said that they would. Now, I know there's still a lot more work to do, but what are your thoughts? What are the biggest improvements that Crypto.com can make today in 2023 to secure its long-term vision of building a world-class crypto ecosystem for the next 20 years? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As with anything and everything, always do your own due diligence. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.